All right, Black Goose TV family, what's good with it? Y'all know I'm going to have to talk about this. Y'all know I'm going to have to talk about this. Yesterday, we saw Ryan Garcia come back after a long layoff, a very long layoff. Y'all know me personally. I was one of the few, people that was in his corner. I was big, applauding him. I was big, like, yo, he finna come back and be nasty with it. I was big, like, yo, him leaving Eddie Reynoso and going to Goosen is going to help him out in the long run. He don't need to be over there. Y'all don't need to be criticizing the man that much. Y'all need to stop talking on that shit about Ryan Garcia. And the big reason why, obviously, if y'all follow the, the channel at the very least, if you're part of the family, you know he from where I'm from. Garcia from where I'm from, so I can never go against him, right? If you just happen to be watching this and you're not part of the family, you're gonna be like, why are you riding for Ryan Garcia so much? You a fanboy. Nah, it's not about this. I'm just gonna be 100 with you. I'm gonna let y'all know my bias when it comes to it. He's from where I'm from. So I'm never gonna go hard against him or go, unless he does some like real stupid shit, which I haven't seen, right? But I can be 100, I don't always have to be, so delusional to the extent where you like, yo, you cap influence, like influence, you capping for sure. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And the reason why I can't do that is because my live reaction is recorded. Like, y'all can go check out Fluence Lounge from yesterday. Out of all the fights that was happening, obviously I made sure Ryan Garcia, when it came on, I was, my eyes was glued to it. But we went 4 or 5 rounds in. I was like, I ain't finna miss all these other firefights for this shit. So I'm being 100 with it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you guys see what this article was saying right here. Y'all see it's coming from Joe Goosen, his new trainer. He gave Ryan Garcia an A for his performance against Tagoe. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna say maybe that's how Goosen really feels. He's a new trainer. It's his first fight with Garcia. He understands it's gonna take time for him to implement certain strategic things that he put into his game plan, i.e., Triple G and Jonathan Banks, right? Which I'm gonna be dropping a video about the Triple G Murata fight. But anyways, so with that being said, obviously you don't want to come into and publicly denounce your fighter and say, oh well, he didn't do that good, etc., especially if you understand your fighter and your fighter how he tends to perform or how he tends to respond to criticism. Is based off of exactly what you say. You understand? So it's critical to understand and know your fighter. If your fighter is someone who is a little bit more on the sensitive side and he likes everything to stay in house, then you want to make sure everything looks amazing when it comes to the media. If your fighter is more on the real level and they don't mind what's being said and they just want the real given to them, you can say whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, this is what Joe Goosen has said. We're gonna, read the article and hopefully we can get the exact quote that Goosen, put out there. So it may not be as, in my opinion, ridiculous as what I'm reading for this, particular title. But right off the bat, I'm gonna let y'all know, because I can't lie. I was not impressed by Ryan Garcia's performance. Now I'm going to give him a little leeway. I'm going to give him a little bit of, a way out when it comes to this particular performance because we haven't seen him in so long, right? He dealt with those injuries. He dealt with the mental health. He switched training camps. So I didn't expect him to come in and look absolutely amazing. I didn't. But given who his opponent was, I did expect him to come in and look at least a little better than that. At least I wanted to see something added to his game that he didn't have before. That's what I was hoping to see. Like, even if it would have went 12 rounds, even if he didn't knock out Tagoe and he didn't even hurt him, I was hoping that him switching, switching trainers in this particular fight, I would see something added to his game where it was like, okay, good job switching over to Goosen. I didn't see that. Like, even with Triple G, when Triple G switched over to Jonathan Banks, his first fight with Banks after Abel Sanchez, even if it was a disappointment, he got the W. It was against Rolls, right? Steve Rolls. He got the W, but you were able to see instances of Banks training, what he was trying to implement into, Triple G, use the jab, but also use your footwork, use your head movement, be able to be a little bit more freer in there instead of always just having the high guard and just plodding forward and taking everything right on the chin. Sometimes use the jab to get out of the way, use your jab as a range, use your jab, as a poking stick in a sense, but also use your feet up under it as well. You saw that a little bit in the first fight Triple G had with his new trainer with Banks. So it was like, okay, yeah, I can criticize why you're trying to change Triple G at this point in time, but you can see the implement of a new trainer. I didn't see that with Ryan Garcia and Joe Goosen. I did not see not one thing that I could say, okay, Goosen implemented this into Ryan Garcia's, characteristics, or a skill set that he can now, use this as a building block that he can, over time get better at and hopefully, end up being lethal with it. Excuse me. I didn't see that. I saw the same old Ryan Garcia. I saw the same old tricks. I saw the same old things. And That's that's a little worrisome for me. In my opinion, if you're gonna leave Eddie Reynoso and you're gonna go to someone like Goosen, we got to see something implemented. Like when he went over to Eddie Reynoso, think about that. What did we see? Right? We saw that signature liver shot. Something Ryan Garcia never had in his game plan. That came in during the Luke Campbell fight. He was with Eddie Reynoso for 3 fights, but we didn't see it till the Luke Campbell fight. But that's what I'm talking about. Is if you switch trainers and you see something that you're like, okay, I didn't see that from him before, and it looks a little uncomfortable, but we'll see how it goes, and it favors kind of the trainer's training style. Okay, they're in there working. I just didn't see that when it came to this particular fight. I didn't see something from Ryan Garcia, but granted, I watched it through the first 5 rounds. There was other fights going on. I got bored. I was like, Garcia, I'm not seeing nothing from you. So I was switching. So maybe if I would have watched it in its entirety and, kept my eyes peeled on it, made sure I really analyzed it, maybe I would have saw that. But personally, I definitely would not agree with Goosen on giving it an A. I would give it at the very least a C minus. But I wanted to see what Goosen has to say personally. Let's see if we can get his exact statement in this bad boy, if he actually does. Here it goes. Ryan went to school. He learned a lot. We're going to watch tape of this fight, and we're going to dissect it. I give him an A. 15 months off against a basically undefeated fighter. He didn't get hit, showed great conditioning, and punched hard all the way to the end of the fight. Hurt Tagoe, I think, in the 10th or 11th. Tagoe was holding on like a barnacle for most of the rounds. It was part of a wrestling match, part fight. I give Ryan an A on his determination for being out 15 months, coming back and showing that type of conditioning. We're going to say, here's what we could have done, here's what we could have done more of or less of. As far as today went, I thought after being out for a year and a half against a guy Tagoe that has 30-something wins, he's only lost 1 fight, and that was very early in his career and hasn't lost since. That's a heck of a guy to take on for a comeback fight. It was no easy touch. He had a great chin. Those guys from Ghana are really tough. People said, oh, it's a 1 or 2 round knockout for Ryan. No, I don't think so. I thought he would go 5 or 6, maybe 7. I certainly thought we might have him out by 9, and almost did a few times. The guy came in great shape. He took a great punch. He survived, took good punches, held on smartly. He moved around. Some would say he ran smartly. It really wasn't a performance on his part to win unless he thought he was going to get lucky with the overhand right. Diego Corrales, when we got together, he was 27, so he was much more mature, much more experienced, and a different fighter. Ryan has possibilities of being in his own way as great as Corrales is. Corrales is a whole different style. Some may remind you of that, but not really. Ryan has a possibility of becoming one of the big superstars. He's just turned 23. He's going to be 24. He has only 21 fights. That's not a lot of fights. That was the first time he's gone 12 rounds ever. This kid is growing right now, physically, mentally, spiritually, in every way. Give him a couple years. It's going to be over. You can't say go for the knockout only. You have to say how to go for the knockout. So I'm not going to keep going a little bit long-winded when it comes to what Goosen was saying. All in all, I think it comes down to Goosen understands that wasn't a good performance by Garcia. He didn't look like he progressed at all. But he's saying when that's the case, you're going to give a lot of credit to your opponent when beforehand, like before this fight was going on, before this fight happened, a lot of the things he was saying toward the opponents were, we're going to knock him out. Now, afterwards, when he exceeded expectations, we're going to give him all the praise so it doesn't look like, Ryan Garcia underperformed. Ryan Garcia underperformed. No ifs, ands, or about it. If, ands, or buts about it, he underperformed, okay? Definitely doesn't receive an A for this, a C minus at the best. He has a lot to work on, but we're going to see. Let me know what you guys think about this particular video. BlakGooseTV family, drop it below in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love to your boy, as always, and I'm out for now.